Hey, what's up everyone? It's Sierra and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build. If you can't tell, I'm doing something a little different than I normally do. I'm building more of like a suburban type home, which I prefer to do more like modern homes, but there are some cases like now that I will build something more like a suburban family type home. And as you can see, I mess with the roofing a lot and the windows. I switched out a bunch of times because I wanted the outside to have the stone and everything, but I also wanted it to be like kind of lighter. And moving on into the inside, I know I cut out a lot of the outer parts, but it was just a lot of like me going back and forth, dealing with the driveway and everything. But I didn't want this home to be too big on the inside. It looks pretty massive, at least I think, on the outside when you look at it. But I use platforms and columns, as you can tell, to kind of break things up, make it feel a little bit more cozier. I do like putting in like the hallways and stuff like that, just to kind of make the homes feel like a little bit more realistic when I'm doing my builds. And of course, I use a lot of the stuff from the clutter kits that we got and a lot of like the Dream Home Decorator. I did not use any custom content in this build. I know a lot of you guys were asking me to do some without it, which I have absolutely no problem doing. I love doing builds without custom content as well, so it's really not that big of a deal. But I did put in like a little mud room in the back there. Like I said, I like these to feel just like a little bit more realistic. And the kitchen, I use the Snowy Escape countertops. And if you were wondering like what is going on in the inside of them, I use like this frosted like glass. Like I don't know if it's like a room divider or what it is, but I saw Dr. Ashley. She about like, I don't know how long ago, it was quite a while back, but she sized those down and put them into these cabinets and everything, and they looked so cool. So I was like, you know what, I am definitely doing that for this. I loved how she did that, and how she like incorporated it into the build to make the cabinets just look a little bit more, I don't know, just not so like plain looking. And it did take quite a while to like size them down, move them around and everything. As you can tell, there's like multiple of them sized down to like as small as they can go. But in the kitchen, I wanted to add a decent amount of clutter in here. I was thinking, this is like a family home. I want it to be really cozy. I put like the hot chocolate stuff in there because it is wintertime right now, so you gotta have that. And for the garage, I made this just into like a skill building room. Nothing really too crazy, just like your basic paint table or your easel and your woodworking table. And I put like some workout equipment in there as well. I didn't want to put too much just in case you guys wanted to like swap it out, and you can make it literally like whatever you want. I almost made this like a kid's playroom for a hot minute, but then I was like, we don't really have like an office area, so why not just add like a skill room to like the back of here, which I normally don't do, but I thought it actually looked pretty cool. And then I also added towards the back by like the little mud room, I added a laundry room just in case any of you guys were wondering when I was going to bring that up again. And the bathrooms, I really didn't keep too much in like I normally do. They're really not that interesting. As you can see in the back there, I kind of just added a little bit of clutter and everything. But the parents' room, I did not know what color I wanted. I ended up going with something like a little bit darker. And then I added the everyday clutter kit stuff in there. I didn't want to put too much in here, just in case, like I said, you guys want to like swap some stuff out just so it doesn't take you so long to kind of make some changes in here. But I did use like the curtains from the Desert Luxe kit that we got, and I think those are probably one of my favorite curtains to use. We could use some more swatches, but that's just my opinion. And moving on to the girls' room, I did use a decent amount of stuff from like the Pastel Pop kit and the high school years. I love like the little cubbies that we got that are like the blue and pink that you can kind of like mix and match and build like whatever you want with. And like I said, these are like two like preteen girls who share this room. I kind of wanted it to be a little messy on like the one side. Like the one girl isn't as cleanly as the other. She kind of can't put her clothes and stuff away, but like I said, I love to use like clutter items and stuff. So I put as much as I could in this room. And I also put the cow plant, as you guys can see in a second. I didn't know what I wanted to put. I didn't want to leave that so empty, that wall. And then we did some of those like little hanging lights, which I love to use when I'm doing like the kids' bedrooms and stuff. And then we have that like little entryway when you come up the stairs, or like your little hallway thing. And I put like a little rodent up there and a little seating area. And I ended up putting a Christmas tree just kind of where that opening is. And then for the backyard, I wanted to add a pool since this is like a family home, but I didn't want it to take up the entire backyard, which I know the backyard is pretty big, but they really don't need such a massive pool. And as you guys can see, I just kind of put in like a driveway and everything to the side right here. And I just kind of used like a larger door to kind of mimic like a garage door for that. And the wraparound porch is one of my favorite things to do in these kind of builds, to be honest. I really enjoy it. You can add so much to it, a lot of like seating and stuff like that. And I wanted to give her like, or give them, I should say, a little area to like garden. I wanted the girls, even though they're like preteens, to have like some monkey bars, some like activities outside. And then, like I said, you can always add to these wraparound porches, seating areas and stuff. I used just like a little like chair, not like a chair, like one of those like smaller sofas, and then the like little seating thing from the campers kit, which I love, like with the little blanket thrown over it. I think it is so adorable. And then I kind of just went around and threw in some like a little bit more like clutter items. I really wanted to put in that like little basket that we got, but I didn't know exactly where to put it. So I ended up not doing it. And I kind of like messed around with the backyard just a little bit more. Ended up putting in a bike in the front just to kind of make it feel more realistic, a little bit more of like a family home. On the outside, since the front is just like a lot of gardens. And then, of course, I wanted to add a little lounging area for the pool side underneath that tree. I thought it was the perfect spot. Usually I'll add like a grill or something back in here, but this time I didn't, because I didn't know if a lot of people had like the perfect patio kit. And I know the Desert Luxe kit was free for quite some time, so I know a lot of people have that kit. And I did not want to add like a diving or like the slide or anything in here. So I kind of just added a little lounger chair, blow up thing in the pool as well. And then I didn't know really what to do with this like area over here. It was so empty. So I ended up just kind of going in and adding a little garden in there just to kind of make it not feel so empty. I do love putting gardens in my builds. You guys know this already. So it's like one of my specialties to build like the big lush gardens all around like my homes and everything. But I wanted the backyard just to feel, I don't know, just kind of very suburban, very like family, summertime, even though it is winter and I put a Christmas tree in here. But that truly does not matter. And then I realized I did not put a trash can in. And I do this sometimes. I don't know how I forget to put the trash can in. I don't know if it's because I was so distracted with putting those like little like wall divider things from the mosquito pack. And then I don't know if anyone else has this problem, but like using like the platforms and stuff like that, sometimes the trim around the bottom of your platforms kind of like disappears. And I kind of have to like go back and forth and kind of like fix it sometimes. And as you guys can see, I kind of just like went through. I was going to add in a couple more like clutter items and maybe some plants. But I really didn't know what I wanted to add exactly. So I kind of just put in some more column work that is, as you guys can see and as you know by now, one of my favorite things to do. It helps just bring so much character into the builds and into the homes and curtains as well. That really just kind of makes it feel more real and I don't know, just gives it that more like cozy-ish vibe, I guess you can say. But like I said, I just kind of went through and added a bunch of like curtains and stuff like that. And it is kind of weird because when you're looking for these curtains, like the middle insert part, it's never with the curtains. It's in with like some like clutter stuff. And I'm always having to like dig and search for them just to use them. And I don't know, sometimes it's almost easier for me to use like the custom content curtains that I have. But I was like, no, we're not using any type of like custom content in this build. I'm keeping it strictly Maxis up in here. So I kind of just, as you can see, I kind of move them around, mess with them a little bit just to kind of get it to like how I really wanted it to look. But that is it for this build, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed building this. Don't forget, I am live 4 nights a week on Twitch. Come on by, stop in, say hi and chat. It's always such a great time. Do not forget to hit like and subscribe. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.